Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back. I'm doing it.
All right. I still feel like you need to start over. I know you've
Just
done
tear
this,
the
like...
silo down. Just
To the
tear
ground.
the silo down. Actually,
Just...
this I think just finished it.
What do you mean just finished it?
I think this was it. I think this was what was missing.
Oh, you think you've got it now?
I do. Once I get this last piece to sit in here, right? This to this. Is that it?
So, did you watch any of...
Is that it? Hold on. This has to go.
I mean, this isn't it. This is not it. Is it? Is it?
No. No, it's not. Something's missing. Something...
Well, this is the same. Isn't it? Or is it?
Let me get rid of...
Did you watch Mark Zuckerberg?
I listened to a little bit of it on NPR. I will tell you, I was impressed with his speaking quality.
God, watching it, though, that man is not a human being.
I did not watch it. I did see pictures on Reddit of his stool.
Oh, I just saw that a minute ago, too. His little booster seat. Poor boy. You know, I wondered about that when I saw that. Do they not have chairs that come up? You know, my chair raises.
Or is he that short? I don't know. I didn't know that there was like some weird height thing with him. Or is was it really that the chair was that terrible?
Yeah, you would think. I mean, in a chair that's going to be sat in by varying shapes and sizes of people, and that's its whole job, is to fill people that you don't know how big or small they're going to be. That it would be one that kind of comes and goes up and down.
That's why they have the
little booster seat.
The seat, yeah. What else is it for?
God, can you imagine being the guy that took that picture? So what's going on here? What's this hole, Jeff?
Shh. Oh. What hole?
Is that right on the other side, though? Does that look right?
No. It's right from your perspective.
Hey. Actually, it might be right, to be honest. I mean, some of the stuff he was in, I didn't get to watch it all. I watched like 3 hours. I don't know how long that man had to sit there and talk. How long was he in there? 8 hours or something?
Isn't he there all week too?
Jesus Christ.
Isn't there more testimony like for the rest of the week?
I don't actually know. I don't know.
I mean, the whole thing that happened is a pretty big freaking deal.
Right. I mean, yeah, I'm not discounting anything or, why he's there or anything. I was just, I don't know. It also seemed like this isn't going anywhere.
Well, like the little parts I listened to were people trying to get him to be on their side to support legislation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I did hear some of that, and a lot of he did seem to agree that there could be there may be a need for regulation on what Facebook does and stuff. But then some of I don't know. I mean, the whole process to me. And I guess I haven't listened to a lot of congressional testimony before to know. I mean, I have listened to some, and I knew that the way it's done, where you have, your dude from North Carolina or whatever, and you get 3 minutes to question the guy. It just seems poorly done. Like, I know that you got to limit it somehow to how much time you're going to spend questioning the person or whatever, but I feel like each individual person should get like a day with them or something.
These stairs just don't sit right. They don't sit right when you just place them in any order. It just doesn't make any sense. Why will these fucking stairs not connect like they should? You go here and you make these connect. See, I had to place that one last, otherwise they won't connect.
Okay. Well, now you're learning from your mistakes. But you know what I mean? Like, it seems like they're the 3 minutes. I mean, because like, okay, there was a guy that was asking a question. I don't remember which guy it was that was asking the question that I was actually wanted to hear the answer to, but his time ran out, and basically Mark, basically ran the shot clock out.
But didn't they say they'll have to do certain things for the record, because that means he's still going to put things in there.
Right. Yeah, that did happen quite a bit. You have to do that for the record or whatever. Answer that for the record. It just feels like each representative should have more time than they do in these sorts of things. Not just this particular case, but in any case, I feel like, I don't know, just feels very rushed. And if what's going on here is that important, Can we not have more than 3 minutes to talk to them about it?
I mean, no, they got to get to the golf course, man.
Lordy. I've been watching golf this week. Did you watch the Masters at all?
No.
I used to play golf in back in the day.
Too boring, man. Too boring. Oh, you know what? It's about where you actually place this on the block.
Yeah. It's the direction you're facing when you place it on the block. Like the direction. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah.
I mean, I did know that, but I guess I didn't realize for those corner pieces that it would not connect in the way that I thought it was connecting unless I hit it like just at the right spot from the right angle.
Yeah, I used to play back in the day, and I haven't been for forever. And I had to get a suit the other day, and I was sat in Men's Warehouse for many hours waiting for them to tailor it. And
I thought you were about to say you needed to get a suit to go play golf.
Yeah, I had to buy a suit so I could play some golf.
And they had to be Trump on the links, man.
And I just sat there watching it for a while. I was like, man, why would I watch golf in forever?
Because it's boring shit to watch.
Oh, I love watching it more than I do playing it.
What?
I don't know why. I've always it's very calming. Like I this week I sat.
It's like saying I love watching baseball. It's so fun to sit at home and watch baseball.
People do though.
I know there's a lot of people. I'm trying to rile up the comment section.
Okay,
but I don't get that either. Baseball is an enjoyable sport to go to. There's a game on in the background. There's drinking. There's eating. There's socializing. But just to have it watch a game on TV to me, it's just like, come on.
Did you ever watch poker?
Yeah, sometimes, and sometimes that can be entertaining. But I don't think I've ever sat down and been like, oh, look, the tournament's starting. Let me watch the tournament. It's more of a, this is what happened, and they'll show you some of like the crazy hands that happen. So,
I used to record like the whole World Series, which even that, I mean, there's so many people playing. You don't get to see every hand, but you get to see more than what you're talking about. But yeah, I know what you mean. That does make more sense. But yeah, I built my Lego car that I'd been. Like I'd started it forever ago on a live stream,
I'm gonna see what
and I never finished
like.
it. And so basically, I sat and watched the Masters and played with Lego for like 3 days straight.
Wait, it took you that long to get a suit?
No. This is after I got back
sitting in the
home.
warehouse at Burlington.
Yeah, I brought my Legos with me to the Men's Warehouse because that's what men do. Man, I'll tell you, getting a suit was it was a very long process. Like I thought it was going to be this like quick, let's go get this done in one day, sort of thing. Which I did manage to get done in one day, but I started at like 9 o'clock in the morning. I got home at 7. It's like I went to like
you need to learn, sir. You need to learn.
Me?
Go on. I would like to hear about your story, and then I will tell you mine.
Well, it's the first time I've ever bought a suit, so I didn't know what I was getting into. But I went to Jose Banks first. I went to 3 of them, and each place I went, my measurements were different. I would think the thing about measurements is they're the same, but every time I went to some place, they're like, "Oh, you're 52, you're 48, you're 46." Like, motherfucker, y'all using the same kind of measuring tape. How y'all coming up with different shit? But it didn't matter. Every place I went, they couldn't find a suit that would fit me, basically. So I ended up finally at Men's Warehouse. They had one suit that was the right size for me.
Oh, so you had a problem finding a suit that fit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like you were like, I needed to go, try on the double-breasted, the single-breasted, like I want to try this style, that style. That's where I thought you were going with the thing.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now. Double-breasted. That sounds like something you do, with like going and drinking double-fisted. I don't know what double-breasted is, but it's probably a porn move.
I mean, well, most women are double-breasted.
Well, yeah, but
No. Double-breasted has something to do with the jacket styles, and I don't know all the terminology of suits either. But
man, the guy that ended up helping me, I want to be his friend so bad. He had his shit together like I've never met anyone ever that's had their shit together like this guy had his shit together. Like,
what looks so wrong about this silo?
I don't know. I'm coming out here and have a lick with you.
Just
Well, I don't dislike it. I kind of like it.
Just what?
I like it. What do you not like about it?
I don't know what's happening with this outside. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I do think
it looks like a giant penis.
Well, there's still something off here because, like, if you look at it right here, it goes up, like where the birch is at. It goes up, and then it becomes too wide. It's not symmetrical. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. Besides the whole penis piece of it, it just
I mean, yeah, you've really gotten this into a. It's very.
Oh my god!
A lot
and
of
the
work.
sun just magically came out from behind it.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, it really just kind of came out.
Let it
sure did.
see its beauty, watch its beauty, its glory as it enters the sunlight.
Oh my god. Oh.
So when the last time I went and got a suit, we went to the outlet mall. We were there for maybe an hour tops, and I purchased a suit for $105, and that's what I wore the next day to my wedding.
God, I don't even want to talk about what I ended up spending on this stupid suit. It was a lot of money. I spent right under $1,000 to get the stupid suit.
Where'd you get it from?
Men's Warehouse.
I thought Men's Warehouse was supposed to be like cheap. I thought Men's Warehouse was the place that was like 3 suits for $300. Or
I thought it was gonna be. I mean, and that's the thing too. Everything there's buy one get one free. And I'm like, well, can it just be half off? And they're like, nope, you get 2. And I'm like, I don't want fucking 2. I don't need 2. So like, I got 2 dress shirts and 2 ties, and I mean, so I did buy a shirt, a tie, and some shoes as well, and all of that. So it wasn't just the jacket and pants, but still, it was very expensive. And I'll probably wear it once or twice in my entire life. I made it to 37 without wearing one at all.
I've worn suits. I've had suits before, mainly when I was doing like job interviews and stuff. But I have no I don't wear them to work or anything like that. Hell, it's so strange. I don't even wear a tie to work. I sit there with my dress shirt with my sleeves rolled up. And right. I used to, as the director of a department, most of the other directors there, if they're not wearing scrubs, because you're allowed to wear scrubs as well, but most of the men wear shirts and ties and suit coats. I go to some executives meetings where everybody's in there is in a suit. And I used to, if I knew I had an executive meeting, I'd make sure I wore a tie that day. And my team used to be like, "Oh, you got another executive meeting today, huh?" And because they'd see me in there with a tie. And then I stopped bothering with the tie, and I completely even stopped bothering rolling the sleeves down. I'm just like, fuck it. You guys hired me. You know what I do. Like, I'm business.
Well, that's what I always think is dumb. Like at church, for example, why the fuck do you got to dress up?
Yeah, that makes church dressing up makes 0 sense to me.
I feel like more people would go to church if you got rid of the bullshit, to be honest. Like, man, if I didn't have to dress up, I mean, I probably still wouldn't go to church, but I think there would be people that would if the dress up wasn't a part of the requirement.
Yeah, I definitely find it very pointless to dress up for church. Like, let's pretend for a second that this God exists. He's gonna be upset with me for not dressing up to go worship him on Sundays.
And that's the thing too. If you read any of the Bible, I don't think that there's anything there that would suggest such a thing, and that's why it seems like hypocrisy to me.
Yeah, I know, and they talks distinctly about how to beat your slaves appropriately. So
did they?
Yeah,
no, I wasn't trying to say the Bible was all hypocrisy. I just meant the dressing up part.
No, but the Bible really did say that at some point about. God, there was a whole Reddit post about it last week about the fucked up things that are in the Bible, and people were putting out the actual verses so people could go look them up if they didn't believe it, and it was true.
Huh. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a guidebook for how to live your life, and that was the sign of the time. So, I guess it makes sense that such a thing would be in there, right?
I mean, yeah, from that perspective, sure. It's just still weird.
I mean, yeah. I mean, for this day and age, now people just have to justify how this can be the way it is, basically.
Well, it's also kind of strange to think that if that's truly the times that Jesus lived during when all this type of thing happened, it was never thought of at that point in religion, even with the all-loving God and, Jesus, getting everybody forgiven for their sins and all that, racism and owning people is a problem.
Yeah,
Like the whole concept just doesn't even make sense. How can you have the father, or the son of God coming from that time frame with a message of absolving people's sins, but the book that it's still, granted Jesus didn't write it or anything, but the book that's still based on it still talks about how to beat your slaves. It just
I honestly believe that there could have been a guy named Jesus, and like the stuff in the Bible, that'd be like the things that have been written about him could. I mean, aside from like the whole world flooding and those sort of things, I don't think those
fabricated stories based on real people.
Yeah,
I completely believe that that's a possibility as well. I don't discount necessarily, because I had never done research on it. The stories that exist in the Bible from these people actually existed perspective. But hell, look at just standard documentaries we have nowadays. It's literally just fabrications.
Right.
So it could be the exact same concept. So yeah, sure. Do I believe that this Jesus guy might have lived and this stuff happened? Yeah. Do I believe that he was necessarily the son of God who like healed the blind and cured diseases and stuff? No.
Right.
But that's my perspective. Obviously, everybody's gonna.
Yeah. I tend to agree with you. I don't know enough about. I mean, no one does about how the universe came to be, though. So like. My point of view has always been: could there have been a higher power that spun some wheel and made the universe come into being? Could be, but I don't know. That's always how I've looked.
And that's always the argument in the fallacy in both the religious and the scientific, like the creationist side and the scientific evolution side is. Well, somebody had to start it somewhere. Well, yeah, our counter argument to that is somebody had to create God from somewhere. You can't have the argument that the universe just couldn't have started. That even if you believe in evolution, that God put it into motion. Yeah. Well, yeah, sure, but who put God into motion? Well, no, nobody has to put God into motion. God's always been there. That's the same argument as saying that the universe has always been there.
Right.
Like nobody can win that argument unless somebody can somehow like either scientifically prove it, or it could get to the religious side. God comes down and tells, speaks to everybody and tells them, no, it was me, type of deal.
Yeah, I think those arguments tend to always lead back to one side saying, well, you just got to have faith.
Yeah. No, you have to have science, though. No, you have to have faith. No, you have to have science.
I just want people to believe whatever they want. My aunt asked me the other day, actually. She's like, are you religious? And I was like, no, not really. And, then she had questions for me and I had questions for her. And neither one of us could answer each other's questions, basically. So, but at least it wasn't an awkward conversation, really. It was very civil. And I was basically like, by the end, I was like, if you won't believe in Cookie Monster, that, absolved you of your sins because he ate enough cookies, that's fine by me. Whatever makes people happy, they can believe. So yeah, what are you gonna do with your son? Because like with us, we always basically like
he goes to church a lot, actually.
Oh, does he?
The nanny takes him to church a lot. Julia's mom takes him to church all the time. Apparently, and so this is an interesting topic because I'm not like against it. I'm not gonna hide the religion from him type of deal. Like, you make your own choices. You do what you want. My parents were not religious. I started going to church when I was in like middle school with some friends of mine, and I continued to go to the church throughout high school and even into college. And I stopped believing in God during that time frame and continued to go to the church for events and youth trips and things like that because I still liked the concept of helping people on like mission trips and all that stuff.
And just the community too that you've become part of.
Yeah, I met a lot of friends there and all that stuff. So I have nothing against the church. Well, I'm sure there's some churches that I would probably have something against, like some of the cult type churches and brainwashing and things like that. But most churches, I think, are just a group of like-minded people getting together to be a community. Like, fine, go for it. But they basically were talking the other day after her parents were here all week for Easter, and they said something about, oh yeah, we'll call you when we get the date scheduled for the baptism. And I was like, maybe you should, the father needs to weigh in on this one a little bit here. You can't just go around and make that decision. Like, that has to be something you talk about as a family.
Yeah, I think baptism is a thing that should be decided by the person being baptized, personally. That's always been my point of view on baptism.
Well, but the only problem with that is, what if they die before they can make the decision? You don't want them hanging out in purgatory?
Well, I guess that's the Catholic view, that kids can't go to hell. Isn't that right. What the Pope has decreed? I think so.
Oh, you know what? You might be right. You might be right about that.
Yeah, but I mean, you're probably not Catholic, so I don't know if you get in or not.
Something got off kilter here again in the symmetry, and I don't know how to fix it anymore. So I'm just letting it be.
I mean, at this point, you've really just made a dick, and there's no way to stop it, anyways.
Hey, you two, you tell me where it's wrong, and I'm gonna leave it there. It's right here. It's right. I'm even gonna point it out to you. It's right here. This is wrong. This is not right. See, 1, 2. Love it. Love it. Is it look even more like a penis now? Well, I just added another layer. That's why I asked.
Hold up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, this might even be non-monetized content over here at this point.
Oh, God. What have you done?
I need to give it a chimney right in the middle and a nice smokestack coming out.
You know what we need to do? So at some point here, I mean, I think it's safe to say without getting caught or anything. Packrat started streaming on the server again. I don't know if you know this.
Oh, I didn't actually.
So yeah, he's been playing. He finished Age of Engineering and he started playing on here in that time slot when he streams. So we need to go prank him at some point.
I'm game.
I mean, now we've said it, but just don't anyone tell anyone. Okay, that's where you're at.
It's the best view. You can never. you can't stare at a silo straight on.
I don't know what you've done.
I don't know. Like, and it's so funny because it looks like a bad circumcision.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like all wrinkly at the head. It's all nice straight shaft. All wrinkly at the head.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the, like, what are the different colors and stuff too? It's real special.
You know what? Now that I look at it, for some reason in my mind I thought I used standard oak planks as the other color. And I realize now that you say that, because I wasn't even paying attention to that part of it, that it was the spruce.
Right.
So that was the reasoning for the different blanks, because I was trying to keep that color scheme going, and I just completely fucked it up. Let's get some pink wool up there. What the fuck?
I mean, yeah, at this point, you really should just make it purple and pink.
Let's tell the next guest that we have that we made them a castle to stay in.
And this side over here, is it like that on that side? No, it's certainly not.
Wait,
like you look at this side of it, and then you look at that side of it. They're not the same at all.
The top or the bottom?
Like about where that workbench is at.
Okay.
Compare that level where the workbench is at to this level where the workbench is.
Yeah, something's way wrong with this, and I just don't know what it is.
This is probably why you stopped.
Did you see the comment? At least they left it on my channel or not. Somebody said that they, and maybe I don't remember it being this massive, that they rebuilt your farm. Because you talked about that in one of the episodes recently about rebuilding your wheat farm.
And I did not see this though, because I forgot to upload these videos.
They said they rebuilt it on, I think, your fan server. Or maybe it wasn't your fan server, because they said they did it with, it might have been, because they had a beacon with like haste 2 and speed and all that. And he said it still took hours with that stuff.
Huh. But it didn't crash the server.
Oh, I don't know if he actually ran it or if he just built it. But he was just talking about how long it took to create the thing.
Yeah. No, I figured it because I remember it just being this very long. I mean months. It felt like it was months. I don't remember for sure, but I feel like it took months for us to build that thing.
Rewatch that video. I remember watching the reveal of it opening. I just don't remember it being as big as apparently it was.
Well, I remember just getting the glowstone alone took me forever.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense because glowstone is harder to come by.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it was back then. Like now, I guess you could make like a witch trap or something if you really wanted
Oh,
to.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, and waiting for it to grow too. I think there was something like there wasn't like bone meal. I don't think bone meal was a thing. I think it was part of it.
You just had to wait. Oh, you know what?
Oh yeah, and getting seeds too wasn't the same. Or something. There was other thing. There was like all these things that just made it more difficult because it wasn't the same game. So yeah, there's probably a lot of things that make it easier, but it's still a pain in the ass. I cooked a bunch of chicken down here somewhere.
I cooked a bunch of potatoes up top.
Yeah, I saw that. I was going to give you some chicken so you didn't have to eat potatoes.
We have another iron golem outside of the
Is
confines.
there 4 of them now?
Jesus Christ, there are just so many villagers in here. I think I only see 2. One outside. There's this guy inside. Oh, no,
there's 2 right there.
Yeah, there's 2 right here. So that's 3. And
They haven't spread down here to the other houses still, have they?
No, somebody did tell me that the stair blocks don't count and that the roof only can be a certain height above the door. So I actually do have to put blocks right behind these doors for these to count as houses. Like this will make them count at least.
But this roof isn't, I don't know. It's not that much higher. I thought.
Well, I think it was more about the stair block. Oh wait, did I replace these? These are whole blocks again, aren't they?
Yeah. We replaced them.
We did that last time.
Yeah.
Granted, this might have been a comment on a video prior to that. I don't remember.
Right. Well, we're at time again. We've probably offended a lot of people in the last couple episodes.
Yeah, if people are that offended by us, they wouldn't watch us. And maybe that's why my subscription count keeps going down.
Maybe.
I'm just making room for the true non people without a soul. I don't know how to say that.
Oh man. All right. Well, I hope you have enjoyed. If you're still subscribed, if you finished the video.
All right, guys. See you next time.